He's a bad beast on that barbecue, on the grill or the smoker. He knows just what to do. He's a bad beast on that barbecue.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Hey, welcome back to another episode of Bad Beast Barbecue. Hey, today we're going to be doing a corned beef brisket. Okay, so we're going to hopefully make some pastrami out of a corned beef brisket that's already been brined and everything. We bought it from the store like this instead of taking a normal brisket and taking it through the entire brining process. Which I need to do one of these days, but we're going to do a quick pastrami video here using this corned beef here. So this is a Reuben brand that we bought from the store, and it's about 3 1/4 pounds. Since I'm the only one in the house that's eating meat, then that's all I need. This should carry me through the week and through the weekend, at least for lunch and things of that nature. Okay, so, and of course today is St. Patrick's Day, so we'll do a cook a corned beef. Maybe not in the traditional way, but we'll cook the corned beef today. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we need to go ahead and rinse the corned beef off and go ahead and trim it up a little bit before we soak it. So I will be right back. All right, guys, so I'm back. I went and I rinsed off our corned beef here. And this is the flavor packet that comes with the corned beef. Most store-bought corned beefs. What do you do with this here? You get rid of it because you make your own rub to go on your corned beef, okay? So we're gonna trim this up a little bit. Now this one here got a lot of loose fat on top of it. So we're gonna go ahead and take our knife and just trim some of this fat off. I haven't decided whether or not I want to take it all off or not. I may leave a little bit on. I don't want it to dry out too much, just like any brisket. So, but this is some really tough fat here. Alright, that side doesn't look too bad. Actually, I think I'm going to cut this flap off to even this off. I'll just cook this flat separate. So we'll take this flap off right here. That'll get us an even corned beef brisket. Let's get this edge off here. All right, so this is what we will be slicing up here. Make sure I get it down to 1/4 inch. There we go. All right, so that's what we're going to be doing. We'll cook this little piece of corned beef separate, okay? All right, so now the next step. All right, guys, so as you know, any store-bought corned beef brisket comes in this saline solution, really salty solution, and you don't want to just take it out the pack, rinse it off, and throw it on the smoker because it'll be very salty. Like I say, most people, when they're cooking these corned beefs, they really boiling these corned beef. So, but we want to put them on the smoker, but we need to soak these pieces in water for several hours to get some of the salt solution out, okay? So we got a container here that I normally marinate in. So we're gonna put our brisket down here in the bottom, and we're gonna cover it with water. All right, so we got it covered with water, and I may put a little bit more water in there. We're gonna put this in the fridge, and we're gonna let this soak. Normally you let it soak overnight if you really want to get it. We're gonna let it soak for about 4 or 5 hours, and then we're gonna come back, we're gonna fix our rub, and we're gonna get it all prepped up and get ready to go out in the smoker. So hey, don't go nowhere, hang around. We'll meet you out on the deck once this thing finishes soaking. All right, guys, so it's been 4 hours that we've let this corned beef brisket soak in this water here in the refrigerator. I'm gonna go pour the water off, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, so we poured the water off. I'm gonna get our briskets out of here. Okay, so, all right, we're gonna pack these dry as much as possible, get some of this excess water off of it. All right, so the next step we're gonna do is we're gonna put a little bit of olive oil on our corned beef briskets just to allow it to hold our rub. Now you remember that we threw away the rub pack that came with this brisket. That's really not enough rub, and it's not really appetizing in my past experiences. So we are going to use a rub that we found online, okay? And I'll put the link down in the description block. But this rub here has cracked black pepper, it has coriander, it has paprika, it has onion powder, garlic powder, and one or two other things. Let's see, what's the other thing that it has in it? Let me get this. And ground mustard, okay? And it's got a fantastic smell to it. So we're gonna go ahead and liberally coat our corned beef brisket. Okay. All right, so we got them all dusted down and they're ready to go on the smoker. Now we're gonna be cooking on the Tec Mini today. Outside we got it set up right now at 245 degrees. Probably gonna raise it to 250 until the internal temperature of this brisket reaches 160 degrees. Okay, at that point, I haven't decided yet whether I'm going to pull it at 160 degrees just to slice it, or let it go a little bit higher, maybe 180, 190, and then slice it then. So I may probably just wait till it get up to 195, 200, and then let it cool down completely, and then slice it like deli slices with the meat slicer, okay? But I'll make that decision later on, and you'll find out at the end. So, all right, so let's go take this bad boy out to the little Tec Mini. All right, let's go ahead and grab our brisket out of the cooler. Let's see what we got here. Boy, got a lot of nice juice in here. Go ahead and take the biggest piece out and put it on the cutting board. All right, guys, let me go ahead and give you a close-up look at this. All right, guys, as you can see, it's got a nice color to it. Even around the sides, it's got a nice color. That bark looks like it stayed intact. And that's what we really want to do. That's why I didn't wrap it tightly in some foil, because I wanted the bark to kind of stay intact so we can get that flavor from the rub that we put on it, okay? It smells fantastic. So I can't wait to taste a little bit of this, and then I can't wait to slice it up to see how it tastes, that sliced up pastrami. All right, so let's cut into it and have a taste test. All right, so we got our brisket knife here, so we're gonna go ahead and slice off something on the end. See what kind of color we got. And we got that pastrami color. But of course it came as corned beef, so we'll see. Not bad. Nice pink. Looks tender, looks juicy. All right, so let's have a taste test. All right, so here we go. Got a great smell to it. I just hope we soaked it in the water long enough so that it won't be overly salty, okay? So let's go ahead and, it's a little bit tougher than I wanted, but let's see how it tastes. Yeah, I think that's right on point, man. It's not overly salty. It's got a good flavor to it. The rub tastes very, very good. I can taste the black pepper in it. I can taste the coriander. It tastes very good. Hey, tastes like pastrami to me. So one more piece. Man, it tastes really, really good. So that worked out really well. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and let this cool down to room temperature. We're gonna put this in the refrigerator and let it get cold, and then we're going to go ahead and slice it very thin for some thin pastrami. So hang around and we'll be back in a minute. All right, guys, so you saw us slice our corned beef brisket or our pastrami after it was sitting in the refrigerator overnight. So I sliced it as thin as my meat slicer will allow me to slice it. And of course, you saw some close-ups of it, but here it is right here. And I just warmed a few pieces, and I had some at work today for lunch. And the only thing I will say is there could be a thing as much as soaking the corned beef brisket too long and getting all of the salt out of it, because this barely has any salt in it. So maybe I should have soaked it for 2 hours instead of 6, or 3 hours instead of 6 hours and stuff. But I like it. It tastes great. The rub on the outside is fantastic, just like I said in the other taste test. So, well, that's all we have time for today. If you guys are interested in a Tec Grill, contact the guys at tbsp.com. They got some fantastic products, some great smokers. So they built like tanks, and I haven't had a problem with any of mine yet, and I have 3 of them, okay? So like we always say, where there's smoke, there's fire. If there's fire, then damn it, there just might be a barbecue there. Hey, we'll see you guys around the smoker. Good stuff.